It's not uncommon for someone to grow up wanting to be their childhood hero, their favorite character in a book or a movie. And that is exactly what Lulu did. She became her favorite Christmas character, the Grinch. And my oh my, how did the Grinch steal Christmas?
Yes, I love the like, let this person go. Wow. The reindeer sound. Look between this, and then I see him pop out. Oh my God, he's my favorite Christmas character. Well, you are the best. My favorite. You are the.
What's up, all my money makers, my honey boo bears, and my cousins. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Everything that I say in this video is all alleged. We are still looking into the Tyrone Davis Jr. situation. Now, the other day, the aunt did another live and she dropped some more details and information. If you're following the case, I'm quite sure that you are aware of what she said. I apologize for the delay in the update, but if you can tell, I'm still under the weather. But I had to get over here to y'all. So let's take a look at some of the new things that the aunt disclosed in her last live pertaining to this situation.
Let me tell you, we running over with emotions right now. It is a big deal. As y'all know, my nephew has lost his life by the situation after a Christmas event, just trying to love on a woman unconditionally like no other. And when I tell you he did it, no other person can do it better than him when it comes to how to treat a lady. He wasn't fake. He wasn't phony. He always been real. That Leo in him is a leader, a go-getter, a dresser, and know how to take care of his kids and love on his woman. And when I tell y'all, it wasn't just for no social media. That was him, whether it was a holiday, whether it was a regular day. He treated her with the utmost romantic, special love. And that's how he do his family. Not just the mama, not just the daddy, not just the aunties. My nephew was that guy, a shining light from up above. God made him different. He walked around different, full of love, full of laughs, full of goals. And when I tell you, that's for the smile that he brought with it, because it wasn't nothing but love when he walked into a room. It is a big deal. And this is what I gotta say about this situation that got us all mixed up until we get rest. And let me tell you something. Before we start anything, before I even came on this live, we started off in prayer, because you best believe we know the man up above. And as much as you say you know to God, go to God, we done did that and we still doing that. And some of us, it's hard to pray when you in them shoes. It's hard to talk to God when you in them shoes. And if you ain't been in them shoes, humble yourself, pipe down, because you can't speak on nobody's family. Now I want to address this. Well, why the auntie got something to say? Because guess what? It's one voice. And when big dog Tyrone in the building, he got a daddy. He say, take off, Tasha. And guess what? That's what I'm going to do. That's what we going to do. We going to stand together. One more time, I'm going to show y'all. And let me tell you, this family got some goons. But because we know God is going to handle this situation, he going to fix it. And when I tell you Jesus going to well fix it, that the truth shall come forward. And guess what? Revenge is his, and it's going to happen. You best believe we going to get justice. You best believe we ain't laying down until justice comes, because that's how we built. We've been strong for this death situation come. This is how our family rock. Anytime, anyway, whether it is the good or the bad, we always got each other back. You know why? Because we supposed to. And this just made us go 20 times stronger about this situation. So I want to tell y'all this. Let me sit down one time, because I gotta tell y'all. And this has got to be the biggest thing that took us out of the new year, that hit us and impacted us so hard. But I'm going to start off with Uno. Thank everybody that's been reaching out, reposting, resharing, also just showing love for this family and the burden that we carrying, understanding how my nephew went on a vacation and ended up under a bridge. We know when you pulled off in that car, you pulled off with his cell phone, you pulled off with his wallet, and you pulled off with his gun. No man on planet Earth, yeah, he had two phones, and you pulled off with all his stuff. But one thing I gotta say, Yes, we said it started at the hotel. We know that. I can't tell y'all MacGyver. I'm going to tell y'all like I said on my Facebook, and if you didn't see it today, I said one thing we do know. We don't know what happened, but we do know he ain't Humpty Dumpty. He ain't sat on the wall and had a great fall. Guess what? I know one thing happened, and whatever it is that happened, we praying that it come forward. I also know y'all left that cabin and y'all went and got a room because y'all checked out the cabin. Y'all got a room. Then you said that you left the room and you went to Papa John's Pizza. Guess what? The detective said you've been to Papa John's Pizza. And guess what? The Davis family did their own investigation. When they hit Gainesville, you best believe they just told Gainesville streets down for answers. I didn't tell y'all this because my live went dead the last time. It was a homeless man under a bridge. Under that same bridge, they found my nephew body at. Let me tell you, say it again, brother. The pizza on the ground flew out the box. The chicken wings has flew out the box. So he went to the hotel to check in on camera. He went to the Papa John's Pizza place on camera. And guess what? Everything was working fine. Everything was working by God Almighty power. All bones, all limbs, nothing fractured in his head. He left the Papa John's people. But when he got out that car. When he got out that car. And guess what? Papa John's and the bridge less than 10 minutes apart. So that means, girl, that demon rose up in you as soon as that man got back in the car. You started at the cabin, and after y'all got food, you still on that. You still on that. So between Papa John's and the bridge, something had to happen. And I'm going to tell you, like the homeless man said, by the time he looked over, he barely saw a stagger, and he collapsed. So, okay, I'm going to run it back. Under that bridge, something happened. I don't know these people in Gainesville. I know a lady that said to me, and shout out to you, ma'am, you said that it's a lot of powerful people you know in Gainesville. Next thing I know, I got a dispatch call saying pedestrian versus sedan. Said a bystander, a vehicle, a passenger. No, this baby, this old. This on my page. A passenger saw pedestrian get hit by a vehicle. They said the caller got out because he was in the middle of the road and caller is blocking pedestrian with their vehicle. Now, why would they be in her Infinity truck? And guess what?
She don't drive.
She don't drive. Her ankle broke. And guess what? Miss Lou ain't Lou. Her name Kiara. Miss Lou is a girlfriend to T2. She's not his wife. And I know it's so much mixed up communication on this situation. But it's
So the miscommunication, the misinterpretation, and the misunderstanding for me was I thought they were married. But as I kept looking, I come to the conclusion that they were still just dating. So I was like, okay, this is girlfriend. It's not their wedding. They was just attending a wedding. But the thing that still bothered me was like, well, damn, are y'all kissing cousins? Because she Kiara Davis, he Tyrone Davis Jr. And I'm like, what is going on? So I had to keep investigating because I didn't want to think that they were kissing cousins. You know, like, why didn't anybody tell me? But upon my research, I found out that her family is in Rhode Island. I think that's the dad's side. That's the Davises, and they're in Rhode Island. And then Tyrone Jr. is the Davises from Florida. I don't know. Y'all can help me out with that. Get in the comments. Let me know. But from my understanding, these are two different sets of Davises, you know. So maybe that'll clear that up, or that might confuse things a little more. Shit, I don't know. This whole thing is just crazy. I really don't know. So let's continue, and I'll be back with more of my commentary shortly.
It's okay. I'm going to tell you this. The investigators are doing their job heavy. It's wide open. They're going full force because this family ain't letting up. So we're going to let them do their job. We don't know what happened. We know he ain't Humpty Dumpty, but we're going to get to the bottom of it, and we're going to have patience and wait. Yes, everything is moving by God's power, and it's going to be released in the name of Jesus. We speak that for justice. Not even with that being said. So I'm going to leave y'all there because that's what we stuck at right now while they do the investigation. Number 2. Why did you transfer the money out of his bank account that he shared with my sister the day after he was pronounced deceased at the hospital. My sister and T2 share a bank account. The account is on zero, and it shows the money was transferred to his single account by himself. You got access to his cell phone. You got access to his bank accounts. If you ain't money hungry and desperate and you got all access to everything he got, we ain't worried about no worldly possessions. We screaming justice over here. We want justice over here. It ain't about the money. He got $1 million wardrobe. He got a son. You think we give a darn about a clothes? We would rather have my nephew here. We would rather have my nephew with breath in his body. If you ask me, I'm going to tell you real quick. I said he should have dusty rolled in the car, fired on the shut him out, took the domestic violence charge, and then just bonded out. But he's not that guy. He's not that guy. No, I'm letting them know he's not that guy. He's not a woman abuser. He ain't going to put his hand on a woman. But I was thinking every scenario, maybe she didn't do it. And I know one thing for sure. Not only that, let me say this. Let me say this. She put the account to zero. But this is what I want y'all to think about. If all family mourning and all family really going through all kind of anger and emotions, and y'all can hear it in it, and it is real. By my nephew, it's a big deal. By all family members, it's a big deal.
So this family knows that something is not right. The behavior from the girlfriend is very suspicious. One, why would you empty out the bank account? That makes you look suspicious. That's like the motive. Why did the stories change so much as to how he winded up outside the vehicle under the bridge in the first place? Why wasn't the family informed by the girlfriend that something had happened to Dro instead of being informed by the hospital after he was admitted in as a John Doe? Now, didn't they say that she was at the store and saw all the ambulance and stuff going back towards the bridge? Is that how she ended up at the hospital? And they didn't say anything to her because, for one, she's not family, so they're not obligated to tell her anything. She wasn't, and that's how I come to the conclusion that she had to be just a girlfriend instead of a wife. Okay, so anyway, so the hospital wouldn't be obligated to tell her anything because she wasn't a legal spouse or a family member. Now, I don't know if the way that they talk to her is because they do have the same last name and she went to give them his information. Like, I'm still kind of confused as to how all that went, because why would she just sit there for almost a day and not say anything? So, questions like, when she got to the hospital before the mom got there, because from my understanding she was there when the mom got there, did she leave at any point before then and then came back? What did she do with his things? The situation that the cabin man told them about her lugging all the stuff out by herself and they didn't see him, that makes no sense if they come back and say they saw him in the surveillance at the hotel in the Papa John. So I'm trying to figure out what was going on here, because as much as they you know, talk about how he loved her, and as much as you see him showing her affection, I, without a shadow of a doubt, believe that he would not have had her lifting a finger, loading up their vehicle. She would have just sat down and he would have done all the work. That's my opinion. So I'm a little confused as to the timeline and these details. And I know that the family was getting a lot of this from her in the beginning and then kind of just went on to do their own private investigating after they realized that the stories are changing and some things are not making sense. So we'll come back in the next part and we'll discuss more things and we'll hear from the dad and the cousin, and I'll give y'all some more of my commentary as to what the hell is going on here. Like, what really happened? Because it's not adding up. And she has deleted that post on her TikTok saying that it was something like it was out of both of their control. How? When it was just you two together in the vehicle. So how was it something out of you all's control? Was there a third person? Is there a third party? Because that's being insinuated because people feel like she can't walk. But she can in fact walk. That surgery was done months ago. We seen her walking and hopping, so she could walk and she could drive. And I feel like the injury may have been faked a little longer just to get that type of attention from others. So I don't know. But these are things we'll discuss further in the next video. If you are here at this point and you haven't already done so, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. And of course, share this video. And again, I apologize that I'm a little under the weather. So this might be you know, a little scruffy. But this case is really bothering me. And people want to hear about it, Betty. So I'll see y'all down in the comments. And you already know, this your girl Money Stacks. And I'm signing out. Smooches. Peace.